I'm still a young person myself, and I feel like one of my biggest learnings as I get on the older side of young, I guess, is that you'll learn so much over the course of doing this. So, when I've really been in my bag and felt like I was really in my flow, organizing, doing the best like work, I was like, wow, this is the pinnacle of my organizing. And then now I realized, like, what I mean? You're really just getting started. You'll be in your bag, you'll be in your flow like some other time. And in theory, I'm getting better and better at it, right? Because they're truly, I mean, I think almost maybe more than so, there's just no substitute for doing it. None at all. Especially I think that's especially important right now, because it's super, we're at a moment kind of in organizing where people are very heady, very cerebral, a lot of thinking. And, some of that's just, I'm a doer, but I have learned over and over again, there's just no substitute in the doing. I think the other thing too is, I like to tell people it's a lifestyle. Organizing is the lens in which I view the world. I'm like, I gotta organize my coworkers, I gotta organize community, I gotta organize, our country. But I say that because I do think that the principles that live in organizing of everyone can be involved. What we have within us, everything we already need. We are the solution to the problems that we face. Everyone has a voice and can use it and ought to use it. And don't let anyone tell you differently, that, it comes from the ground up. All that said, that's just, to me, those are life lessons in addition to organizing lessons. And when I apply the lens of organizing and the craft of organizing to almost any problem in my life, I can fix it. And that is powerful as a human, of just like, oh, I can be the solution to the problems that we face. But it also gives me just the audacity, as Barack Obama says, the audacity of hope. But more than that, although hope is essential to me, I feel imbued constantly with a bravery and a courage that is not mine. It comes from what I see in organizing itself. It gives me almost like evidence of being able to say over and over again, yeah, we could raise $80 million. Yeah, we could own radio stations. Yeah, we could make that movie the biggest movie. We could write that book. We could get that person out of office, whatever it is. Truly, whatever. And that audacity is kind of what keeps me going. And, it's very, whenever I go speak, almost every single time someone asks me, like, what do you do for self-care? Which is my most hated question in the world. First of all, they don't ask any men that question. Okay. But the other thing, but like my mentor, Ai-jen Poo, always says, winning is my self-care. And to me, that audacity is what allows me to believe that we can win, that we will win. And when you have those two things together, the like sort of hunger for the winning, and then the actual deep down inside of you belief that you will, I kind of think you do. I think you will then. Those are the two prerequisites. The rest of it is like, we'll figure it out.
I think that's so funny about the self-care, the self-care. And I've heard
I fully agree. I fully agree with Jess.
I've heard you communicate something similar, Jen. I was wondering what you might think about this whole notion of passing down lessons learned, Jen.
Well, I think I think it's really important to have a focus, to look around you, to be conscious of the world around you. I'm amazed there are some people, you can drive down the street with them and we'll pass a burning building and they didn't see it. They just can be oblivious to so many things. I think it's very important to be aware of who you are and aware of the world around you, and then to decide if there's something that that you feel is really wrong with the world, what can you do to change it? Not what is someone else going to do, but what can you do? And how do you become the main actor in your drama? How do you then make these decisions about your life? How do you move forward? How do you solve problems? And I believe that organizing is really about solving problems with other people. And it's about trying to say, here's a situation in a community. Let's do something together to resolve this. And it requires then understanding, it requires active listening, because it can't be that you want to solve the problem your way and only for yourself. You have to listen. And in some cases, what the others want to do may run afoul of what you'd like to see happen. Where is there room for compromise? What is the importance of compromise, and how does compromise fit within building community? I think all of those things are things to be considered, but I feel organizing is a skill that should be taught in like from fourth grade on practically, because it is a life skill. It's a life skill, and it was years ago, I went to Columbia University. I got a master's in film production. And it was when I was learning what a film producer does, I realized, oh, I learned that at SNCC, because it's really organizing. It's organizing a crew of people to make a film. It's organizing them basis, taking the best advantage of their skills and abilities. It's nurturing them and making sure that they grow through the process as well. It's all of us working together to reach a common goal. And in the case of making a film, it's seeing the motion picture or the series on a big screen or small screens in television. And in community organizing, it's seeing a change in government, a change in a law. It's the world is open to us. We can make the changes. We can be that change. And that's what I think is so important, to both have the courage to do it ourselves, and then to inspire others to join us, because it's a beautiful journey. I can tell you it's a beautiful journey, and there are so many lessons that you continue to learn every day.